I'm going to use the clipboard history in Windows 10 to make it easier to build a quiz question. So first of all, you'll want to go to your clipboard settings. So I just clicked the start menu, typed clipboard, and go to clipboard settings, and make sure that clipboard history is turned on. Once you have that, what you can do is you can copy each line of your quiz. So I'm going to triple click here to select the whole sentence, and then I'm going to copy. I'm going to do that for each one of these. I'm going to press Control C to copy. So I'm copying each one of these rows. So I've copied each row, the question and the answers. Then I'll go to the template that has the question, and I'll come up here, double click on that, or triple click if you've got other words in it. Then I'm going to press Windows key V instead of Control V, Windows key V. And it brings up the history of the clipboard. Since the question was the first thing I copied, I'll double click on that one and backspace to get rid of the extra return at the end, and it goes there. Then I'll go to my first answer, double click on it, press Windows V, and I know that I copied that second, so it's down here on this row. So I'm going to pick increase blood pressure, erase the extra. As you can see, this is a lot faster than going one by one and copying and pasting, So I'm going to pick that. And I'm moving up that row. So then stimulate platelet production. So that's that one. And then the last one, lower potassium levels. And I'll compare that with my example. This question here, the correct answer is B. Let's see. Okay, so that's already selected. And that's correct. So let me do that again. I'm going to copy this, duplicate this template question I have here. And I'm going to skip down. This one's a true false, so that one's really simple, but I'm going to build question number 3. So I'll change this to question 3. So again, I'll double click on each row of the question, triple click, sorry, Control C, or right click and copy, right click copy, right click copy, copy, and then when I go to my blank question, instead of pressing Control V, I'll press Windows V. And you'll see here's the question. Here's answer 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll click here, or I can press down on the arrow key and hit enter. And then I can come to here, Windows key V, down, 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 enter. Come here. Sometimes I get impatient. Down, down. Windows V. Windows V. Okay, compare that to my original. This time the correct answer is C. So I'll change that. And I'll delete this PowerPoint version that came in. And so there you go. So just a handy way to use the clipboard history to, instead of copying one row, pasting one row, copying one row, pasting one row, you can just copy it all at once and then paste it line by line.